Hello, beautiful beings of light. I hope you all are well. Welcome to this super full moon in Scorpio, Tethers of the Moon reading. So, I did the part one, the energy report for this super full moon in Scorpio. So if you guys want to check that out, I will link it in the description box below. But essentially on the 26th, we are experiencing a full moon in Scorpio, and it's what's considered a super full moon, or a super moon, which just means that from a perspective of tethering, that the energy is going to be much more potent to work with as the moon is closer in its orbit to the Earth, and it appears brighter and larger in the sky, 7% larger and 15% brighter. But from an energetic, from a frequency perspective, it really makes these full moon energies much more powerful. And Scorpio is a sign in which is very deep and potent and powerful and mysterious in nature anyway. And then you add on to that the fact that it's a full moon, which denotes a release or a revelation of some kind, and an unearthing with this Scorpio energy. And we are really primed to experience deep transformation and transmutation of these cords and tethers. So I'm excited. I feel that, with this Aries energy that came through, we really got this, these electrical downloads, these energetic bursts. And hold on, I see little feet in the background.
Sorry guys, I'm just getting Skelly, who
Okay.
And I don't think he's here.
I don't think Skelly, you had Skelly today. Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
You have to put your face in the camera. Bend down.
Hi.
There you go. I will help you find Skelly. Okay, sorry about that. You guys may have heard at the end of all my videos now, you'll hear my son's voice. And I don't know how many of you saw my post the other day, but he always has a plushie with him. And most of the time, that plushie is his persona, who's named Skelly, which is a tiny little plush skeleton. And we spend half the time in partnership with Skelly, and the other half of the time trying to find Skelly. So it seems like Skelly has gone on an adventure today, and so we were trying to locate him. But yes, so this super moon is going to be very intense, very powerful, very transformative. The theme that they gave me was pausing before our magic is made manifest. We had all of this electric energy come in, and we were feeling the need to take action. We were stepping into, humanitarianism and activism, and really feeling the need to start moving on some of these fourth dimensional template, energies. And we may have found in, playing with these energies over the last week or two that now some tweaks need to be made. And mostly what they're saying with this is we need to let go. And it's going to be an internal letting go. It's going to be, a belief system, a thought system, a way of being, a way of doing things. And in order to do that, we need to go deeper into the stillness and really take this full moon to have some ritual. I talked about in the channeled message that this is known as the Buddha full moon. And so to really, step into that idea of pausing, reflecting, meditating, getting into our own energy, identifying what we've been suppressing. And So given that, I went ahead and pulled the tethers. Remember, the moon holding the grid to the past. I pulled the tethers that we are going to be working with, and that we have the opportunity to transmute with this full moon energy. And, you know, par for the course. They are very powerful. Now, I pulled 4, and I have since put them into groups because I feel like there's 2 frequencies running through this, 2 chords and tethers that we're going to be working with, and they really kind of go hand in hand. So the first one is addiction and attachment, and I've put those into a group. You know, obviously, addiction is an attachment to, you know, something. And then the second 2 I put into a grouping because from a frequency perspective, they are very close together, and that is pessimism and depression. So I thought what would be interesting for this is to actually split this off into 2 frequencies, and we are going to be pulling a 3-card spread for each group. And that the first is going to be the essence of the energy or the situation, and that includes the things that may be hidden. You know, this is the Scorpio energy. It's all about going deep and unearthing the things that are hidden deep within. The second is going to be guidance on what to do, and you know, a type of action that we can take to transmute or alchemize the energy, or chord into a more exalted, higher frequency of that energy. And then the third is going to be the potential experience that arises as a result of the mindful action that we've taken. So, you know, kind of a potential outcome given that we follow the advice that's, you know, been given here from my team in spirit. So I'm excited to kind of play with these new kind of spreads and see. I've been really, you know, meditating a lot, and they've been bringing forth, you know, a lot of creative ways that I can, you know, be exploring this quantum tarot, and I'm excited to do that with all of you. So the first thing I always do, you guys know this, and I need your help in doing that in this exchange of energy, is creating the container. And so, as always, I will be putting, you know, a written description in the box below so that you guys can follow along with me and really set the intention that we will, you know, this isn't just a reading, but that this is a healing modality in which we're really going to be doing the energy work. So we gather here in this sacred space in the love and the light of the one infinite creator. Let us unify the heart and the mind of not only our individual aspects, but as one heart, one mind, and one intention. As the coalition of the crystalline heart, allow our highest and best intentions to manifest through the messages brought forth here today, and we ask that all lower vibrational energy tethers be healed, transmuted, and alchemized through all space-time for all in our soul groups, where it is in alignment for their soul's journey. Let the guidance be clear. Let the channel be clear. Let love be our binding tether. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys, let's first get some archetypal energies. I'll be using a traditional Rider-Waite deck to do that. I'm gonna use the incense here to cleanse the deck. And so the first thing I want you guys to tap into is attachment and addiction. So just think about, where in your life do you still have attachments? And we all have them. You know, addiction is kind of a taboo word to use, But, you know, with Scorpio energy, it's all about demystifying the taboo. And we all have addictions as well. We all have attachments. You know, anything can be an addiction. Anything. It's all about bringing everything into balance. Okay, Spirit. So for the collective energies for the full moon in Scorpio, for those exchanging energy here with me in this frequency, the first question that we would like guidance on is the essence of the situation or the energy that we're uncording from regarding attachment and addiction. The essence of the situation. The essence of the energy. Some clarity on the essence of this energy. Okay. And they're telling me to take this as well. Okay, I got 2 cards here. They told me to take both. And we have the Ace of Swords and we have the 4 of Pentacles. So we have some new beginning energy and then some nothing ventured, nothing gained energy. So this is including the things we're not seeing. And then what guidance or action? What to do, action that can be taken to transmute and alchemize attachment and addiction. What advice or action can we take? What action can we take? What action? That's a lot. I'm going to put this back. I'm just going to ask you for 1 or 2. What action? The Lovers. Interesting. And then finally, what is the potential experience that arises as a result of our meaningful action? Wow, great. And we have the Fool, a new beginning here, a 0-point energy. You can't get better than that. He looks pretty free of his attachment and his addictions. He's not taking a lot of baggage with him. And you gotta love that you see the sun there. Okay. And now I'm going to get a little bit more of an abstract energy perspective. Clearing out my deck. What's the essence? Ground down. What action can we take to transmute these? What action can we take to To transmute attachment and addiction, what action can we take? Nourish and flourish. And then what's our potential outcome if the guidance is followed? Potential experience. Light as matter. Gorgeous. Okay. So I'm going to put these here. All right. Just give me a second to tap into the energy. Okay. So immediately what I'm seeing here is a theme with this attachment and this addiction. So here with the essence of the situation of the energy cord and tether, we see the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so the essence of this card is nothing ventured, nothing gained. And in our outcome, we see the Fool, which is essentially, again, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But you can see from the space of where we are still in the energy of attachment and addiction and where we freed ourselves is a totally different energy. And with the cycle of what I'm going to show you here in the cards, we go from sitting here stuck to starting on our adventure. So going back to the essence of the situation, like I said, we have the Four of Pentacles. And this really speaks to me in regards to attachment, okay? This guy, the look on his face, he doesn't look like he's really enjoying himself very much. He is stuck. He is holding on to this pentacle that's covering his heart. He's standing on the two pentacles, and he's even got one on his head. And the interesting thing is that it's all covering the alternative space, okay? There's an attachment here to material possessions. You know, this guy's even got like a bag of gold behind him, and he's still not happy. You know, he's got all of this material abundance, and it looks like he's got, you know, land behind him, and he has multiple houses, and he's sitting there with everything that someone could possibly want, and yet he's stagnant. He's unwilling to move. There's an attachment to an emotion. Typically this denotes material objects, but it could be a way of thinking, a way of doing something. It could be, you know, to the material world itself. And we're shedding that as we've moved into this fourth dimensional template, okay? This is a lack-based mentality that he's attached to. And I know this as well because the other card we have here is the Ace of Swords, right? And this is offering us a new way of thinking logically about a situation. It's offering us a new belief, okay? It's saying that we need to ground down and root in order to rise. And this is the essence of our attachment and our addiction. It's being stuck in a way of thinking, stuck in a lack-based idea of the world. You know, it's still in that the world is out to get me, not the world is taking care of me. And we may be attached to even just that theme because it's so, you know, heavily programmed and conditioned in the, you know, the way in which we grew up. And the interesting thing about this as well is that in this ground down, you can see that this card is denoting, you know, these tethers of the moon and still being attached to the past. You know, here. So what can we do about this? We're stagnant, we're attached, we have a lack-based way of thinking. Well, the interesting thing is our action and the choice that we can make is the Lovers and nourish to flourish. All right. Now, the Lovers traditionally in archetypal energy actually refers to needing to make a choice and being in two minds of this. In one sense being in the mind and one sense being in the heart. And I think there's been a lot of mental energy at play here. Swords signifying mental energy. And really what's needed is a change of heart. It's getting into this feminine energy, balance with the masculine energy. And you can see we're, this balance here with the angelic realm and, the higher dimension symbolized and the sun behind that. That's the future. And, she's reaching out, asking him, to follow his heart. And that's necessary in order, to move down to a 0 point energy and move into the heart and move into a new belief system where our world is taking care of us. And this, even though this, denotes a lot of mental energy, it still can assist you in getting to a space where you can transmute into a new belief system here. And I know this because of this nourish to flourish. We need to nourish an abundance matrix, nourish the abundance matrix in order to flourish, and in order to move out of this idea that we need to hold on to everything we can get because it's never going to come back around again. And there isn't enough. We aren't enough. There's competition and we must fight to get that. That's third dimensional consciousness. This is fourth dimensional consciousness. Okay. It's knowing if we plant the seed, if we have this imaginal act and we nourish that our world is taking care of us and we're going to flourish as a result of that. If we balance the head and the heart and we live in love. And our outcome, should we follow this advice, is the Fool. Now, the Fool is nothing ventured, nothing gained, but he is taking the step off of the cliff. He is happy. He doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know what's going to happen next, and he's totally secure in that. If you look at him, he's got the sun behind him. He's got, this rose in his hand, and he's traveling light. He's got this tiny little bag, thrown over his shoulder, and he looks completely happy and content. And, he has his coloration and everything shows that, he's balanced. He's got great self-esteem, and he's trusting that if he steps forward, that a new cycle is going to begin. He knows that if he stays in the 0 point energy, if he stays in his heart, if he stays balanced and he stays focused on the future, that, the past isn't really threatening. This is symbolizing his past. It's not threatening at all. He can cope and he can deal. And he may be ready to get off, step off to the edge of the cliff. But that's all right. That's all right. Because he has faith and hope. And he knows that, his world is taking care of him. And he is in the abundance matrix. This guy is in the lack matrix. Same energy, different frequency altogether. Different frequency altogether. And this is where we're going to get to after this full moon energy. And the other card that we pulled was this light as matter. And let's see what that says. Shapeless light takes shape within your matter. Radiate it out. Yes. Beautiful. Don't get stuck in the particle hard state. Instead, be aware, smile, laugh. Tap back into the light wave state of your soul and let that inform your mental, emotional, and physical experience. Exactly. Be the expansiveness within you, and there you will find freedom from dense constraints. Exactly, yes. At any time, we can choose to shift our perspective and move into a different state of being. Yes, exactly. We can be here, attached and stuck, or we can be here, free and abundant. If you find yourself becoming quite frustrated with your life experience, ask, how can I see this differently and make changes that align with my highest good? Beautiful. Beautiful energies here. Okay, so let's get an advice card. On the action we can take to get from the Four of Pentacles to the Fool, to close out this cycle and begin something new. How do we get to a higher perspective? Because that's really all this is. Okay, Spirit, what action can we take? What guidance can you give us on the action we can take to move out of attachment and addiction? A deep breath. Beautiful. Deep breath. And you know, I just see here, you know, if you look at the face of the higher dimensional being and the Lovers and the face in this, the serenity there. They're the same. And really that's what this, you know, full moon energy is all about. It's all about, you know, going within, you know, getting into a meditative state and reflecting. And really, you know, working with that energy and taking a deep breath and, you know, grounding down to rise, rooting to rise. You know, it's you know, really saying get out of this, you know, mental energy and get rooted. Nourish the seeds of abundance. We need to nourish the seeds of abundance, not of lack. And if we can do that, we're going to start a brand new cycle. A brand new beginning is promised to us. We're going to feel light. We're going to feel like these waves, not this dense, hard matter. All right. Let's see. 7. Fear is asking for your attention and healing right now. You or another are operating from the position of fear. Exactly. Because that's all that lack-based, you know, programming is. It's a fear state. It's a fear that there's not enough. I'm not enough. There is not enough to go around. Scarcity, you know, consciousness there. If you also see red flags, you might be headed toward genuine danger, perhaps repeating a lesson you don't need to learn again. You can honor this kind of fear by saying thank you and protect yourself by choosing another path. In this moment, you have all it takes to make this shift. Yes, you do. And yes, we do, because these energies from the moon are powerful. If, on the other hand, the fear surrounds the idea of taking a risk, be mindful. Radical trust in accepting the discomfort of the new is called for as you move out of your comfort zone. Exactly. We're moving out of what we've always known and moving into a whole new cycle. Ask for courage to take a leap into the unknown. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. That's exactly what the Fool is. He's taking a leap right off of that cliff into the unknown. And he's happy to do it. And know that all will be well. But know that all will be well doesn't mean all you have come to expect. Stories from the past may be molding your expectations right now. Yes. And causing fear-based or anticipated hurt. Don't isolate yourself or fall for the false idea that life is too painful and engaging with it should be avoided. And many times our attachments and addictions come from this story of, you know, having painful life experiences and believing that it's going to continue. When that's just a story we're telling ourselves. This is a whole new template. We have all new belief systems. Our world is taking care of us. How about loving that side of you that is afraid, acting out, and causing all this unnecessary commotion? You will never be happy if this small part of you controls your life, as it will if you allow it. However, remember to be gentle with yourself and others. Once you let go and relax into your life, everything looks brighter and friendlier. Today, choose to love over fear. You'll be amazed when you do. Perfect. Beautiful. I love it. Okay. Let me see. Let me get you a chakra card. See what chakra we can work with here. Very exciting, guys. Okay, Spirit, what chakra can we work on to release this attachment and addiction frequency and transmute into more exalted, higher space? Elevate, support, gorgeous. I'm running out of space here. I'm using so many decks. And you can see the Merkaba energy here. I can see the, you know, the grid of the great tapestry. Oh, and I just see, you know, this crown just, you know, exploding out. The flower of life. Oh, just beautiful symbolism here in this. This really gives me, you know, these three cards are giving me the same frequency. You know, we've got this wave particle energy here, and then this elevate and this Fool energy. It's all just 0 point. Pure potential. Really pure potential here. And it's all future based. We're really, really working now on letting go of these past cords and tethers. And I remember all the way back to the 1221 gateway when they, you know, they explained to me that we would really begin to see headway this year on things that, you know, had been, you know, a part of our story for a long time. You know, that we'd really begin to see some progress. And, you know, I really think, you know, we're getting there now. So let's see what this. Where is mother in your heart? Who is your mother? What does she teach you? How does she love you? Your birth mother is meant to be the giver in your relationship, parent to child. This never changes. You may find yourself in a dynamic where you are the giver to your mother. You are the parent. She is the child. You may have a strong aura and most often be the giver in your relationships, allowing your own mother to be the giver may be a challenge for many reasons. Even a mother who needs her child to care for her can give more in return in wisdom and by example through grace and gratitude. At this time of tremendous change, all relationships are being asked to align more with natural universal law. How can you facilitate this? By owning your true role. Something needs to shift, release, and flow in your relationship with mother. Okay, so with the role of mother, the idea of mother. This could be your mother. It could be you as a mother. It could be, the great mother energy. It could be Mother Earth. It could be, Mary the mother. There's so many mother energies we can tap into. This energy mustn't become stagnant. Okay. And when we think of mother as well, we think of creating, giving birth to something new. Following our heart. Nourishment. That's what I think of when I think of mother. Nourishment. Okay, so if you have any problem with your birth mother, this is an opportunity to see it is you who has the power to choose to relate. So there may be someone in this group whose attachment and addiction issues surround the relationship with your mother. This could be inner child wounding. This could be the fact that you're a caregiver, an adult caregiver to your mother. This could be, an attachment disorder from, an abusive relationship. Many different ways this could be coming forward. This is your opportunity to surrender to the natural laws of the universe and allow mother, your mother, Mama Earth, and the divine universal mother to give to you. Observe your boundaries, your ability to flow and release with love and gratitude, and your own independent identity. Yeah, again, too, with that, mothering energy, some of us are, constantly in that mother role and we overgive. And in order to reward ourselves, we attach to something else. And, this again is, why it's so important to have, appropriate boundaries with ourselves and with others. The mother births you, but it is you who must carry yourself over the threshold with your own grace. It is you who gets to review, reestablish, recommit, reconnect, remake, and rebirth. Yes, exactly. Rebirth. Continually to become your true self. And that's everything this full moon is about. It's all about death and rebirth. That is Scorpio in a nutshell. You can keep going. Know you are loved by your mother with her signature style. You are also loved by Mama Earth and the divine universal mother. You are made of love. Pass it on. Beautiful. That is so beautiful, you guys. Okay, so I think that is pretty well let me see if there's a okay, so for those of you that are struggling with your mother, it says you can affirm, my mother did everything she could to help me. Let go of the past and create something new. You are the gatekeeper of your new memories. Yes. Okay, so I really think that gives us a clear picture of this addiction and attachment frequency running through here. And now I'd like to move on to the pessimism and depression, which, the pessimism and depression a lot of times can definitely cause the addiction and the attachment, or the other way around. The addiction and the attachment can cause, you know, depression and pessimism. They're really, really very close in frequency on the vibrational scale. But yeah, let's put this in the background, and then we'll pull forth the depression and pessimism and see what we get with that. And then I will pull one animal for both groups, because I think, you know, that's what they're guiding me to do. So let me clear the decks, and then we'll start again with depression and pessimism. All right, I've cleared the space, I've cleared the decks, and reshuffled everything. And so now we're going to look at the tethers of depression and pessimism. Definitely an energy I was in for many, many years. And it's actually interesting. You know, I've been writing, working on my book, Up the Vibrational Scale, and have actually, you know, just finished the chapter on depression and revisiting that. And, you know, as much as, you know, we try to stay in the now and, you know, moving forward, sometimes it's good to take a look back and see, you know, just how far we've moved up the frequency scale, you know? So let's take a look at the essence of the situation, including things that may be hidden. This is Scorpio energy. It's all about uncovering what's hidden deep below the surface. So what is the essence of this energy of depression and pessimism? What's the essence of that? Okay, strength. What guidance or action can we take in order to transmute this? The Page of Pentacles. And what's our potential outcome if we follow the advice on transmuting depression and pessimism? Whoa. Okay, moving from the Page to the Knight. Knight of Pentacles. You know, we saw very similar cards with this archetypal energy of the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, I believe, showing up in some of our pick a frequency readings. So if you need, you know, more after this, then, you know, you might want to go check one of those out. They are timeless. All right, next I want to get a little bit more abstract-y from the alternative space here. This is all Scorpio energy, so I love using cards that are a little bit more open to interpretation, that are deep and intuitive. Okay, what clarification can you give me on the essence of this depression and pessimism? What's the essence of this depression and pessimism? Air Force. And what guidance or action can we take? Oh, this is beautiful. Unalone. You know, depression is pessimism is a very lonely energy. Very lonely energy. And what is the potential experience that arises out as a result. Gotta love it. Heal and shine. Heal and shine. Love, Spirit. Okay. Give me a minute to tap into the energy. Okay. So, the essence of the situation with depression and pessimism, we pulled strength and air force. And I really see this as kind of like a before and after. Okay? She is representative of this lion right here. Okay? This is, you know, the lion and the strength card is really our desires and our passions, but it's also all of our destructive qualities, all of our, you know, what we consider unattractive, okay, or lower vibrational aspects of ourselves. And this woman is depicted with the infinity circle over her head. You know, this idea that she is an infinite being without beginning and end. And you can see the alternative space behind her. And she has made friends with every single aspect of her fractal self. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And she is channeling that. Okay, she's channeling that where, you know, she has balanced out herself. She's loved herself, accepted herself to the degree that she can now stick her hand in this lion's mouth, okay? She has the strength to do that, and you have the strength to do that. And this air force, you know, oftentimes these, you know, qualities when we're in pessimism and depression, they seem completely overwhelming. You know, if you look at her, she is just, you know, wild and disheveled and looks completely overwhelmed by the force, the unseen forces of life, okay? The unseen forces of life. But if we can take these qualities that we may have looked upon negatively and which may have us feeling depressed and down, and really love and accept those aspects of ourselves and learn to channel that into something that may be passionate for us or a hobby or a career, I think it's going to move us out of this this vibrational state. And I feel like it's the advice kind of being offered here, and the key to moving from, again, it's that same idea of this lack-based reality to an abundant-based reality. And the reason I say that is that next we have the Page of Pentacles. And the outcome, we have the Knight. Okay, so he starts as a page and he moves to the next energy, which is the Knight. And both of these cards denote taking on, you know, something we feel, you know, passionate about. It may be a class, a course, a hobby. It may be a new career that you're interested in. And it basically says if we, you know, pursue this and we channel our energies into it, we're going to feel a greater sense of confidence. We're not going to feel so alone. We'll begin to make steady progress, see some material advancement, and this will allow us to heal and shine. And I really feel like the key here is through channeling this into helping others. Because the best thing we can do when we're feeling pessimistic and depressed is to channel our energy into something that is outside of ourselves, that allows us to feel the unity and the oneness. And that is also what I'm getting here for the advice with this unalone. Okay, to me, this is the great tapestry. And there's everything here. You see the planets and the sun and the void and the stars. And we can either go into this void and feel completely and utterly alone, or we can go into this void and feel completely a part of everything and know that we are absolutely not alone. And I think that's the advice here. It's to go within. It's to make friends with all of these perceived unattractive aspects of yourselves and to learn to channel that, okay? To harness that and to channel that into starting something new. Just simply because you want to help someone else. Simply because it's something you feel passionate about. And this card here, although he's the page, he has this one idea, this one coin to invest. He's all in green. He's in his heart space. And there's new beginnings here for him. And, you know, although he's looking kind of disheveled and like he hasn't been taking very good care of himself, once he starts channeling his energy into love and acceptance and caring for himself and others, he's going to move out of that vibrational state and into this. And this knight here, he still has the one pentacle, but now he's not on foot anymore. He's got himself a horse and he has some beautiful armor and a feather in his cap, and the landscape is looking a little bit more abundant, and, you know, the sky is looking bright. And we begin to go from unkempt, disheveled to owning all of who we are. Channeling our energies and our passions into loving ourselves, helping others, coming out of that state where we're isolated and alone. And we begin to see some progress. We begin to see some abundance. And that abundance is going to give us the oomph that we need to begin to heal and shine. Let's get some advice on the action we can take. What action can we take to begin to transmute these energies of depression and pessimism? What action can we take? What action can we take? Wish upon a star. You know, I'm also getting here, you know, some inner child work. When I was really working on my inner child stuff, I wrote, you know, my younger child self a letter. And, you know, I helped that version of myself, you know, and went back through and imagined myself, you know, as the higher version of my child self, and, you know, explained how much I loved her. And I would really recommend doing that. I really think that, you know, completes out, you know, a cycle in this infinite loop, you know, because time is not linear, and we're not even, it's not even consecutive. I really think I want to make a video on this. I received some channeling from the Terra group the other day regarding the fact that not only are we not shifting time lines, it's that, you know, time isn't linear, nor is it consecutive. There isn't yesterday and tomorrow and today. You know, we're simply alternating between frequencies. And the resonant frequency is what's keeping us in a state of feeling like time is or days are consecutive. But by tapping into a younger version of yourself and writing that version of yourself a letter, you're tapping into that frequency, and you are in essence there. And that will close out that role. That will close out that frequency. That loop, in the infinite loop, and bring you into the next frequency, because that's all we're really doing is shifting frequencies. And by doing that, you will then see things in your reality now begin to shift by going, back into the past and talking to the, to your inner child, but the child version of yourself. So I would definitely recommend that to anyone that's struggling with depression and self-love and, owning all of these aspects of yourself, everything about yourself, the version of you that's this looks like me when I wake up in the morning. Yeah. And then the other thing that's really coming to me, that they reminded me of is that, when I was in my deepest depression, it was really my son that brought me out of that. It was feeling, passion and unconditional love to such a degree, and to, all you parents out there, that throwing myself into caring for him and to becoming a better version of myself for him actually then allowed me to love myself more fully and deeply. So as counterintuitive as it seems, when we're not really, when we're looking like this and we're looking like this, as it is to say, hey, take that and, care for someone else, it really does help, get us out of this energy of depression. And you know why it does? Because, we don't feel so pessimistic, and we begin to really, give value to ourselves when we see how we can impact others. And when we do that, then that allows us to love ourselves more fully. Let's see what this Wish Upon a Star says. If I can find the book. This is what happens when you use 10 tarot decks at once. I love it though. I feel so blessed to have all these decks now. Slowly building up my collection. If anyone like to donate a deck, you're welcome to do that. Okay, so this is on the action we can take. Do you believe your dreams can become real, or do you shrug them off and chide yourself for being unrealistic? What if you could trust that the world around you holds promise you have not yet realized? Yes, exactly. The promise. Perhaps the point all along is not how something can happen, but the power of wishing and intending. Yes. We humans have multiple ways to ritualize owning a dream we want to see manifest in physical form. Think of a wishing well. You infuse a coin with your intention, tuning into the feeling of having a particular experience. Tossing the coin into the well symbolizes the act of letting the how go. Walking away and allowing the universe to do its part in the co-creative partnership. Another method is to wish upon a star. In doing so, you also look back to our origins, for we are made of stardust. Oh my gosh, this is exactly this energy. Here he is with the coin, and he's throwing it into the alternative space. Wow. Look, and he's throwing it right to the sun, to the future. Allowing the universe to do its part in the co-creative partnership. Another method is to wish upon a star. In doing so, you also look back to our origins, for we are made of stardust. Today, allow yourself to dream and play with different realities, even if it seems impossible. If it calls you and feels good, why not choose it? And that's the other thing I'm really saying with this, moving out of depression and pessimism, is, developing a hobby, or just, practicing something, doing something, because You like it and it feels good. You know, there he is with his wish, his coin. Wish upon a star, then live as if your wish were already true. Yes, living in the end. Know that those beautiful dreams you have been nurturing are in the process of becoming real. That's right. We're just always aligning to that next version, that new frequency. And we're stepping up, you know, on the bandwidth of that chord. Don't forget that the act of wishing, dreaming, and intending is more important than figuring out the how. It shows the universe you're serious about playing the game of life, and you trust the essence of the partnership. Remember, every dream you believe in and hope for is a call to a twinkling of the star. The answer will come sometimes swiftly, sometimes slowly. No wish is ever wasted. How beautiful. Yes. Gorgeous advice here for the action we can take. And we see here that when he does wish upon this star, when he does live in the end, okay, he becomes this knight and begins to see some tangible results. And healing begins to take place. Beautiful. Love it. Let's get a self-love card because, you know, the most important thing we can do to get out of this energy is to love ourselves, which isn't always easy. You know, what story are we telling ourselves about ourselves? You know, what do you say to you when you look in the mirror? There were years when I was in a depressed state when I didn't look at myself in the mirror at all. I really didn't. And now I look at myself in the mirror and I say, I love you every single time. What advice can you give us? Which chakra can we work on? What advice can you give us on healing depression and pessimism? What advice? Third eye chakra, the gift of knowing. Wake up to your true self. Yes. You know, and it takes strength to do that. Where there is love, there is no question about what you should do next. The essence of your unique true self is love. You should never feel the desire to split your personality so that you fit into somebody else's idea of who you should be. Now is the time for you to focus on becoming completely integrated. Absolutely. You know, that is the energy of this strength card. Is integration. Integration. All your talents merged into one expression of self-realization. Absolutely. Here we go. Self-knowing enables you to continuously give to others through alignment to your unique rhythmic intelligence. Believing that it is appropriate to please others is a conditioned response with beginnings in childhood trauma. Exactly. Attempting to please others is very difficult and doesn't serve anyone, least of all you. Drop any notion that this behavior might take you on a magic carpet ride away from conflict. It also takes you towards inner and therefore also also outer conflict. Knowing is not a quest to read people's minds or seek to know what others are up to. Activities that needn't concern you. To know is to be mentally futuristic, to be able to weather the trials of life, read the situations you face, and act in a way that is self-protective, empowered, and kind. As your perspective starts to widen, victimhood disappears, and an interest in imaginative solutions appear. I couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, so here is another action you can take, a suggested practice. Write the answers to these questions just for the fun of getting to know yourself. Perfect. This is a great way. You know, I suggested writing the letter to your inner child. You can also write these questions to yourself so that we can begin to channel and tame these aspects of ourselves. Not suppress them. Channel them constructively. You know, and that really does go along with this scorpionic energy, because the Scorpio goes through these, you know, phases of the scorpion to the eagle to the phoenix. And, you know, when we start as the scorpion, it really is these untamed, destructive energies. And then we learn, you know, to transmute those into something beautiful and enlightened and, you know, this mythical creature. And, you know, it all started here. So it's an amazing, intense energy we're working with right now. Okay, so here's the questions you're going to write and answer. What do I create? Oh my gosh, and Scorpio's mantra is, I am, therefore I create. How does what I create benefit others? How can I describe my specialty? How do I plan for my successes? That's right. We're getting rid of this pessimism here. How do I feel about money? Do I have any aversions to wealth? If I earned $1 million, how would I spend it? Beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is amazing, because this is exactly what this is saying. Is to, you know, find something that you feel creative and passionate about. Find something that you can wish on a star and let go of how that's going to happen. Trust that you're not alone and that your world is taking care of you. And that through that process of living in the end, of harnessing these aspects of yourself and taming them, you are going to begin to see tangible results in the real world and heal and shine. And be gifted with a knowing that everything is working to your advantage. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. Definitely, I'm going to write these questions in my journal tomorrow, or, tomorrow on the new moon, or the full moon, sorry. Tomorrow's full moon. Okay, one last card for the whole group, and we'll wrap it up. I'm going to get you guys an animal. I've had a turkey in my yard. A few turkeys, actually, and abundance. I've been seeing a lot of spiders lately. I feel like they've been talking to me. Clear out this energy here. Okay, Spirit, a message for both groups here. Depression, pessimism, attachment, and addiction. What energy can we call on? Oh, wow. Kangaroo. Love it. Just hopping right on to the next thing. Up, up, and away we go. Balance and adaptability. Okay, it says, through uncharted territories, Kangaroo leaps towards her goals. Additionally, she jumps at the sheer joy of being alive. Kangaroo's strong and adaptable ways help her to balance the energies she needs to accomplish what she has set out to do. Kangaroo is here to remind you that challenges will be met when you're flexible, and issues will be more easily handled when your mind is balanced. When dealing with more than one situation, remain centered and reflect before acting. The wheels of progress are turning, and you will intuitively know which direction to move in. Be creative with your resources and take advantage of opportunities as they arise. Wonderful. Okay, well, balance is always the key. It's always the key. All right, you guys. I'm sending you balance and love, light, and blessings. And I really hope this helps someone out there. I hope you guys are able to take a minute and pause and go within and really, reflect and harness these energies, because they are super powerful this time around. And I really feel, like we're all moving in the right direction. So don't forget to subscribe, comment, down below. Share, shout me out, anything you can do to try to expand, our network and call in our soul tribe, for the coalition of the crystalline heart, because, we're expanding and we're growing, and, I'm really trying to create community and, bring this healing modality of quantum tarot to, anyone that is in need. So I'm sending you all big, 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 big love. Bye.
Just wanted to say I love ya. Scully loves ya. Bye.